Good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss about minerals and water in the category that is the components of food. In this we have further earlier studied about carbohydrate, about vitamins, about proteins, about fats, but now we will discuss about minerals and water. And in between the video we will also discuss about roughages, which is also an important component of food. Okay, you can say that may be vegetable product. So let us begin with the very first, that is minerals. Students, talking about minerals, they are inorganic part of food. Earlier we have discussed about carbohydrates, that is the organic part of food, about proteins, vitamins, all of them are organic part. Okay, but minerals are inorganic part of food. This also is required in very lesser quantity. Basically we can say that these are the natural elements which are necessary for body. Okay, these are basically what? These are the natural elements. And one more thing which you have to remember is that this is the inorganic part of food. Mainly among these minerals, you can say that calcium, phosphorus are most important. There are many minerals, but among them calcium and phosphorus. Calcium is represented by Ca and phosphorus is represented by capital P. I have told all these in, I guess, third chapter. Okay, so students, it is very required calcium and phosphorus, because bones and teeth are mainly composed of calcium and phosphorus. Okay, why it is required? Because our bones, our teeth, they are mainly composed of calcium and phosphorus. And as vitamins, that their lack of vitamins resulting in causes of diseases, similarly the deficiency of these minerals result in the weakness of bones and several other diseases. So you have seen that it is advised, doctor used to advise that take calcium components, or keep your body in sun for some time, because from there we can get the vitamin D. Okay, that is the calcium. So in case of mineral, their deficiency also is not good. So we have to take a proper proportion of minerals in our diet, and basically the calcium and the phosphorus. Without calcium, clotting of blood will not take place. Okay, student, just recall an example. Whenever you get wounded, what basically happens? The blood flows out. Okay, but after some time it just clots. So it is only because of some vitamins. The vitamin will be vitamin K, and as we are studying minerals, so in minerals it is calcium. Okay, calcium is useful in the clotting of blood. So because of this, the blood doesn't flow, it just stops. Okay, and students, calcium is found in excess in milk, curd, green vegetables. So whenever it is asked to you that what are the sources of calcium, so the source of calcium are milk, curd, green vegetables, leaves, etc. Okay, and it is also found in cereals, but it is present in lesser quantity. In cereals also vitamin D, calcium is present. Phosphorus is essential for the transfer of energy in the form of energy compounds. You have studied about, you doesn't have studied about them. There is ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate. So here these phosphorus is also useful in the form of energy. Okay, and students, at least 1 gram of phosphorus, or you can say 1.1 gram of calcium and 16 milligram of iron must be there in our everyday diet. So whenever we are taking meal or we are just having dinner, so you have to just look for it that our food contains this much amount of minerals. What is the amount? Basically 1 gram of phosphorus, 1.1 gram of calcium and 16 milligram of iron. For iron also, you know that the sources of iron are green veggies. Okay, so this is about the minerals, and you have to just remember this, that animals do not form minerals. Okay, animals doesn't form minerals. Now students, let's begin to the next topic, that is water. Water is also a major component of our food. Okay, we get it from food sources also, or we can directly get water. Okay, so this is basically the fundamental component of food. All the vital activities in our body take place in the presence of water. Okay, whatever the activities our body is performing, whether it is respiration, whether it is breathing, whether it is oxidation of food, in all these processes presence of water is necessary. About 60 to 70% of our body is formed of water. Okay, you have to remember this data, that about 60, or you can say 70% of our body is made up of water. So there is an activity which is performed to check the water's quantity. It is not necessary for you, but let us draw some attention here. What you have to basically keep is that you have to take 1 kilogram of fresh red pepper. Okay, and you have to keep them in sunshine for a whole day. Then you have to weight them again. Their weight will be lost. Okay, so it concludes that water present in fresh pepper is evaporated, which result in decrease of weight. So water is essential for transportation of nutrient. If talking about their functions, so it is essential for transportation of nutrients, or we can say that it helps in biochemical reactions. Okay, in our body biochemical reactions are taking place. Okay, that are a mixture of biological and chemical processes. That's why they call them as biochemical reactions or biochemical processes. Now water also regulates the temperature of the body. Okay, so we should drink about 2 or 3 liter of water every day. Okay, this data will differ on the basis of your intake, that food also contain water, juices also contain water, and water itself is a great source. So you have to just make balance. Okay, it is not that you take 2 to 3 liters of water a day, and beside that also you take pulses, you take juices. So you have to see this. Now students, talking about roughages. So roughages are also a basic component of food, and it is also very essential, or you can say very necessary for us also, because it is essential for proper digestion. Whatever we eat throughout the day, okay, the roughages are the only sources through which our digestion is checked. Okay, so the fibrous part of our food is called roughages. It doesn't mean that every food contains roughages. There are some fibrous foods which contain roughages. Okay, although roughages does not have any nutritive value. Talking about their nutritive value, they have no nutritive value, but because of its essentialness for digestion, this is required. And students, if you will see that the sun rays are the main source of vitamin D, and milk does not contain vitamin. So sorry, this page is not, sorry, there is no page for roughages. So basically from where we can get roughages? So for this student, just remember that roughages are a great, you can say the plant products contain roughages, like you can say carrot, you can say banana. So these are the sources from which we can get roughages. So it is also advised to take a banana, okay, before the meal, or you can say before the breakfast or in the breakfast. So this is all about the minerals, the water, and the roughages. Thank you, class.